If you are planning on commuting into the city of Boston and wondering some of the suburbs in the greater Boston area that are great suburbs to settle down in, then definitely stick around because I'm about to talk about 5 of my top picks for suburbs in Boston that do not have a crazy long commute into the city. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. I'm a realtor here in the state of Massachusetts with Coldwell Banker, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about 5 towns that are a 30-minute commute into the city of Boston. So the first town on my list that I'm going to talk about is the town of Norwood, Massachusetts. So Norwood is about a 30-minute commute into the city, depending on traffic, of course, and you can also expect to be on the train for about 30 minutes if you were to take the commuter rail into the city of Boston. The reason why Norwood is one of my top picks for a great town to live in if you are planning to commute into the city is because Norwood has not 1, not 2, but 3 commuter stations in that town. So depending on which part of the town you live in, you are certainly pretty much guaranteed to be close enough to the commuter stations. So if you were to take the train into the city as opposed to drive, you definitely have a lot of options there. And the average price point for a home in Norwood is around $600,000. Number 2 on my list is Braintree, Massachusetts. So you can expect to spend around $600,000 to $700,000 for a home in Braintree. And Braintree has a Braintree station right there in town. And one of the benefits of this station is that it actually is a parking garage, a covered garage. So definitely very helpful during those cold winter months. Last thing you want to do after commuting home from the city is to have to shovel all the snow off your car. So definitely something to keep in mind, and it's definitely an added bonus for anyone who's planning to live in Braintree or the surrounding towns. If you were to commute into the city by train, you're looking at about a 20-minute commute, and same would be for if you were looking to travel by car, again, depending on traffic. And the third one on my list is Quincy, Massachusetts, which is actually considered a city. And that is about a 25-minute drive into the city. If you were to take the train, you could get there in as little as 17 minutes. And they do have a train station right there in the city of Quincy as well. The typical price point for a home in Quincy, Massachusetts is going to be between $500,000 and $600,000. The 4th town on my list is Dedham, Massachusetts. So in Dedham, you can expect to spend between $600,000 and $700,000 for the price of a home there. There are 2 commuter rails in Dedham, and if you were to commute by train, you're looking at about a 25-minute commute into the city. And if you were looking to drive into the city, you're looking at about 30 minutes, again, depending on traffic. And the last town I'm going to talk about today is the town of Newton, Massachusetts. This one, for home prices, is definitely the priciest on the list that I've talked about today. Homes in Newton certainly go for well over $1 million, and you're going to be looking at a way higher price point than any of the previous towns or cities that I've talked about today. Newton also has a commuter station right there in Newton. It's Newton Center Station, so if you were to commute into the city, that is conveniently located right there. If you were to drive into the city, you're looking at between a 25 to 30-minute drive. So that wraps up my list for, in my opinion, the 5 best suburbs for commuting within 30 minutes to Boston. And if you are at all curious about some of the other towns in the greater Boston area, then be sure to hit the subscribe button because that is what I talk about here on this channel. The list of the towns I've talked about today, I've actually already covered the town of Dedham and Norwood, so I will actually link Norwood right below there. If you want any more information about that town, be sure to check out that video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.